Good evening and welcome to Justeventoneline News at 9. I am an infant Ismail. The news headlines. Tinubu's reforms working for Nigeria's development. Federal government opens portal for 50 million student innovation grant. Governor AbdulRahman and Ilorin, Oloro, Laud, Maiden, Kwara show describe it as a beacon of cultural unity. Winner emerges as Kwara government hosts Entrepreneurship Expo to mark 2025 International Students' Day. FS Kwara flags off 2025 Fire Week, calls for end to not my portion mentality. Health Ministry, ICPC partner to strengthen accountability. NELFUND disbursement is 116 billion naira for student fees and upkeep. Tax reforms boost economic resilience, FIS says. Now the news in details. The House of Representatives Speaker, Abbas, has said the reforms President Tinubu has introduced since his assuming office have been working for Nigeria's development. He noted that though the reforms have been tough, they remain necessary for Nigeria's further development. The Speaker called for patience and demanded sacrifice from Nigerians to enable the nation attain greater heights. The federal government has opened the application portal for the Student Venture Capital Grant, a new national initiative aimed at supporting student-led innovation with equity-free grants of up to 50 million naira. The announcement was made in a statement issued by the Federal Minister of Education and signed by Borowo Folashade on Monday. At the launch, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the initiative was central to the government's innovation drive. The maiden edition of the Kwara Art Show, held on Sunday at Queen Elizabeth School, Ilorin, has been widely celebrated as a unifying cultural event, drawing dignitaries, traditional rulers, sports enthusiasts, and community leaders from across the state.
We attribute our success to God, the Kwara State government. I need to thank them, our sponsors, our horse enthusiasts. A lot of people came together to give us this overwhelming support, and we thank God for what we have today. Thank you.
In his address, the convener, Ambassador Aliyu Bolaji Inda, said the initiative was designed to bring together us enthusiasts, breeders, and riders to showcase their skills and promote equine excellence. representing Governor AbdulRahman Abdulrazak, the Executive Chairman of the Sports Commission, Malam Bolakale Adisa Magaji, congratulated the organizers for successfully hosting the inaugural show. They described the event as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the people. Governor Abdulrazak urged stakeholders to build on the momentum by investing in talent development, promoting sustainable equestrian sport, and leveraging such events to drive tourism and economic growth across Kwara State. The Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, ably represented at the event by Magajingeri of Ilorin, Alhaji Muhammad Jamiu Adebayo, emphasized the show's significance in promoting cross-cultural values and preserving its heritage. Also speaking, the Oloro of Oro land, His Royal Majesty Ọba John Titiloye Olufayo II, praised the convener's vision and expressed delight at the massive turnout for the maiden edition. The monarchs urged the state government to continue supporting the initiative, noting that it has the potential to further strengthen cultural preservation and community engagement.
If anyone should tell me this first edition, I will doubt it because it's well packaged. And from what I see here today, I can see that this program is going places. I'm also a convener of programs, and I know how it's not easy to organize events either here in Nigeria or outside the country. But what I see here today is a well done job, and I congratulate the convener for the success of this program. And I believe many other years to come, today's one will continue to be in our memories. And no one can say I'm regret of coming here today. No. If I'm not here today, I will regret, because next edition will be another edition. It can never, this first edition can never come again. And for me to be part of it, I'm so proud.
The Kwara State Government, through the Office of the Special Assistant on Student Affairs, Honorable Salami Wasiu Onidugbe, on Monday, hosted an Entrepreneurship Expo in commemoration of the 2025 International Students' Day. Held at the Ilorin Innovative Hub, the event brought together students, young innovators, policymakers, and business experts to promote the culture of entrepreneurship among youth in the state. Governor AbdulRahman Abdulrazak, represented at the event by the Commissioner for Education and Human Capital Development, Dr. Lawal Olongbebe, said the initiative was part of the administration's broader effort to inspire innovation, reduce unemployment, and position students as active contributors to Kwara's economic transformation.
And clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where nations that invest in innovation and entrepreneurship are the ones shaping global economic growth. This is why Kwara State continues to prioritize enterprise development through programs such as Entrepreneurship, MSME, support schemes, and this student-focused Entrepreneurial Expo. I am delighted that over 580 students applied for the Entrepreneurship Expo, and clear demonstration of the creativity, passion, and enterprising spirit of Kwara students. After a thorough review, 15 exceptional pitches have qualified for the final stage, which we all experienced some few minutes ago. The winners will emerge, they will be announced to grab the entrepreneurship grant. But all of you that participated in the process, you are all winners in different ways. And to all of you, I say congratulations to you.
Also speaking, the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Institution, Ajah Sadatu Modibo Kawu, urged students to embrace opportunities that enhance the skills and strengthen their capacity for self-reliance.
Of course, you are aware it's a laudable one, and it's just one of those many things, the interventions of the state government in respect of our students' empowerment and, of course, youth development and human capital development as well. So this is not the first edition. We held one also last year where we had students from different institutions. That one was more of art. You know, they came in to do that competition, but now we are empowering innovation, creativity, and of course building job creators, not job seekers at the end of their stay with tertiary institutions. And if you noticed, you would see that all of them were empowered today, all those that participated today. You had the consolation prizes of 250,000 naira each to all of them. And of course, the first and second and third had their special prizes as well. So of course, it's another good one. What do you have to say? In the interest of our state.
As Student Affairs, Salami Wasiu Onidugbe emphasized the administration's commitment to youth development, noting that empowering students with practical entrepreneurial skills is key to building a sustainable economy.
Today is International Student Day, and it's a day set aside to celebrate Nigerian students globally. And here in Kwara, we have been doing this since last year. I think this our administration is the first government in Kwara that will be celebrating students on this particular day. And in our tradition, we believe celebrating students on this particular day shouldn't be just only jamboree. It should be something that will be impactful. And that is why we think of, okay, let us do something to empower our student entrepreneurs so that we can actually support their businesses, especially those who already have businesses within their various student environments. You know, we believe that, you know, these students, if you can actually combine business together with academic activities, I think you need support. And that is what the government is doing today, just to support the students to make impact in their lives rather than having a jamboree program to celebrate students on this special day.
Zainab Omadolapo, a 500-level University of Ilorin student who emerged the winner of 2025 Entrepreneurship Expo, expressed delight for the feat and praised the state government for supporting young talent while promising to make effective use of the prize. The Federal Affairs Service, Kwara State Command, on Monday formally launched the 2025 Fair Week celebration with a strong call for Nigerians to embrace a proactive culture of fair safety and abandon the widespread of not my portion mentality that often leads to avoidable loss of lives and property. Declaring the event open in Ilorin, the state controller of FFS described the annual Fair Week as a crucial platform for renewing the service commitment to safeguarding lives and properties through fire prevention, public education, and effective emergency response. She noted that the celebration provides an opportunity to access challenges, deepen public engagement, and strengthen ongoing advocacy for safer homes, workplaces, and public spaces. The theme, building a culture of fire safety across Nigeria, overcoming the not my portion mentality, was described as timely given the increasing fire incidents linked to negligence and poor safety habits. The controller appreciated the Minister of Interior, Dr. Oloro, whose leadership has significantly boosted the operational capacity of the Federal Affairs Service nationwide. She also applauded the Controller General of the FFS, Olumide Samuel Adeyemi, for his support and continuous efforts to strengthen the service. She said the Kwara Command has lined up a series of public alignment programs, including quiz and debate competitions for secondary schools, safety lectures, and community awareness campaigns designed to engage young people and sensitize residents on fire prevention and emergency response. She equally commended officers and men of the command further dedication.
Disaster can happen to anybody. It's not that somebody prayed for it, somebody asked for disaster to come and happen to him or herself. So if we are all prepared, we are all aware of our safety, definitely we should be prepared to attack it when it comes. That is why we are creating this awareness, so that
And acknowledge the support of Kwara State Ministry of Education, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission have signed a multi-year partnership to strengthen accountability in the health sector. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Patti, announced this on X on Sunday. Patti noted that the pact is centered on monitoring, tracking, and auditing all expenditures involved in the nationwide overhaul of health infrastructure across all local government areas of the Federation. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFUND, has disbursed 116 billion naira to cover institutional fees and upkeep allowances for students across the country. The managing director of the fund, Akintunde Soya, reviewed this in Abuja while reiterating the federal government's commitment to affordable and inclusive tertiary education. Given a breakdown, Soya said the fund pays 65 billion naira directly to 239 government-owned institutions, including universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, on behalf of students whose loan applications were approved. The executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Dr. Zach Adedeji, has said President Tinubu's both tax reform initiatives remain central to Nigeria's long-term strategy for economic resilience. A statement from the service on Sunday stated that Adedeji made this known during the maiden edition of the Distinguished Lecture Series at the University of Ilesha, Osun State. Addressing an audience of academics, policymakers, students, and industry leaders at the event hosted by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Taiwo Ashaolu, Adedeji said Nigeria's revenue challenges should not be interpreted as a crisis, but an opportunity to implement urgent and far-reaching reforms under President Bola Tinubu's leadership. And that will be all on Just Event Online News at 9. Here's a recap of the story. Tinubu's reforms working for Nigeria's development. Federal government opens portal for 50 million naira student innovation grant. Governor AbdulRahman and Ilorin, Oloro, Laud Maiden Kwara show the squad beats as beacon of cultural unity. Winner emerges as Kwara government hosts Entrepreneurship Expo to mark 2025 International Students' Day. FFS Kwara flags off 2025 Far Week, calls for end to not my portion mentality. Health Ministry, ICPC partner to strengthen accountability. NELFUND disbursement is 106 billion naira for student fees and upkeep. Tax reforms boost economic resilience, says FRSC. Thank you for watching Just Event Online News. Remember, the pain you experience today is part of the process for your success tomorrow. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com, and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tab at Justeventoneline. You can also send us an email on justeventoneline@gmail.com. I am an infant Ismail. Good night.